Good afternoon. This is Brian Moore with the Caldwell Chamber of Commerce, and we're honored and blessed today to have some folks with us from Caldwell County government. We have Anna Martin joining us, and she is the Caldwell County Health Director. Anna, you want to say hi?
Hello.
Thank you, Anna. And I apologize, I got to get our screens going here the right way. And then we have Dino DiBernardi. Did I say that right, Dino?
Yes, sir.
I'm getting better at saying your name. We want to welcome you both. Dino is the director of the EMS in Caldwell County. So we've got some items that we want to share with everyone. And it looks like we might be having a little bit of technical difficulties with everything showing on the screen. So hopefully you can hear us. We are live on Facebook, and we will record this for everyone down the road in the future. But you know, today is a very critical day for Caldwell County and our businesses and our residents. And as we move forward into phase one of our reopening process, there's a lot of unknowing. And we're working hard on your behalf at the Chamber to make sure that we're sharing information and we're getting relevant information from the right folks. So I want to just layer up a minute of time for Anna to say hi and welcome everyone, but to just go over a little bit of what the health department is doing. So Anna, tell everybody what we've got going on from the health department's perspective, most importantly from the reopening portion of what we're doing.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me on here. From the health department standpoint, we've been testing since March at the health department. We have a triage nurse line going on, and people would call the nurse line to be tested if they're eligible, and they would call our EOC number, and that's 426-8605, and we transfer to our nurse line. So we've been testing there. We've also been doing temp checks in the building before employees go. But as for the reopening of the businesses, we're urging people to make sure they're washing their hands, stay in their distance, and making sure people are wearing a mask out in public if they need to get out.
Excellent. Anna, I know there's been an incredible amount of work being done on the health department perspective, and we just have an amazing amount of healthcare workers in our county doing amazing work, helping our community. Tell us some success stories that you're seeing out there. We're very fortunate not to have any deaths in our county, and there's a lot of hard work that's going into making that happen. Tell us a little bit about what's behind that.
Sure. Whenever someone is considered positive, the health department at that point will then contact the patients and then see where they possibly have became positive, or who they've been exposed by, or who they've been around. And from that point, health department employees will call other people to possibly decrease the spread. And that's something that working with emergency management we've been doing heavily, is trying to stop the spread. And we've been very fortunate in Caldwell County not to have any deaths, to have very limited cases that we've had. And with the health department side, the success stories that we've had is just helping people within the county that has, possibly been exposed, or they think that they may have ran into contact, just with the testing to get peace of mind, and just knowing that this is what public health is about, and able to help others. So beyond the contact tracing and calling others, we check on them every other day to see what their needs are. And if they need food delivered, we've been partnering with Yoke Fellow and MDI, and without a doubt, no hesitation at all, they will provide food, and then health department employees will then drop it off at those locations. And that's something that everybody has been very grateful for, and just wanted to help out a lot. And so we've been seeing a lot of positivity on that end, just people being thankful for us.
That's great. Excellent. Dino, I'm sure you guys are working extra hard too. What type of success stories are you seeing out there, Dino?
Honestly, Brian, it's been the support from the community. And I don't just mean the thank yous and the food, which we're tremendously grateful for each, but the businesses have been fantastic. And I'm talking business from the largest in the county to the very smallest. To be completely honest, the vast majority, all but about 5% of our personal protective equipment and supplies have come from local resources. And that comes from either donations, which of course is a huge success story, but also purchasing. We're able to purchase through our local vendors. And I know everybody talks about the hashtag shop local and stay local, but we've truly been able to do that. And what has been so reassuring and reaffirming for us is we're able to stick together and protect our own, because, you know, the staff, healthcare providers and otherwise have had to put aside their fears to go out and do the job every day. You know, the businesses that are reopening, I know that every one of you have to be extremely thankful and grateful for that, because you didn't stop wantingly. No one wanted this to happen. But at the same time, even while they were not completely in business or functioning at the level that they wanted to be, they've been able to help facilitate getting us the materials, or at least directing us through some of their resources, because the problem has been if we try to rely heavily on the state or the federal government, they're not able to provide us with the amounts necessary. And the other issue becomes they purchase from the same vendors we do. So we had to go through some ancillary vendors, and our businesses, our local businesses and local shops have been able to help us along with that process. So that's been honestly the biggest silver lining throughout this whole process. Yes, the no deaths have been fantastic. And honestly, even though our numbers have gone up slightly over the last few days, that's due greatly to the increase in testing and some outside sources that we're seeing from neighboring counties with increases. But the true silver lining has been the support from the community, especially the businesses.
That's great. So as we talk about businesses, that's a perfect segue in our conversation to look at what we need to do next for our businesses as they reopen and get back to some sort of normalcy. And normalcy is a hard word, because things are not going to really be normal. There's reopening is not reopening the way you were before. We have a lot of restrictions and things that we need to do. And I think what we're trying to do today is talk a little bit about a program of what that looks like. Reopening won't be business as usual. And I apologize, I'm not sure if this is showing on our screen, because it doesn't seem like it's showing on mine. And we want to make sure that we get this right information out to everyone. But there are some guidelines and some steps that have been put in place. And Dino, I've got up on my screen at least the information regarding guidance and cleaning and disinfecting, and how important that is for public spaces, workplaces, businesses, schools, and homes. You want to talk a little bit about those 3 steps, Dino, and just share with me that information provided from the CDC?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the main thing is, and I know you'll talk about this later and, you know, be providing it in the doc, but each business, whatever subset of the population that you're in, develop your own plan, implement that plan, and maintain and revise the plan. The key points that we want to impress upon you is exactly what you just said, Brian, is it cannot be business as usual, unfortunately. It may be business that you've always wanted to provide, you know, as clean and sanitary as possible, but we all know that when you're dealing with the general public and you have workers coming in and public coming in and visitors coming in, it's very difficult to keep your business place, your workplace, and your offices disinfected and cleaned. And right now, that is key to being able to maintain this. Nobody wants to stay in phase 1 forever. No one wants to revert back to the current phase that we're in until 5 o'clock this afternoon. So the main thing that you're wanting to do is, you know, normal routines with soap and water will decrease the amount of viruses on the surfaces and objects, but disinfecting goes one step further than that. And in the document that you'll be providing to those watching and, you know, to many of your chamber participants is, you know, how long the virus stays on certain surfaces, and then how to what we call don and doff PPE. So applying and removing PPE. You know, you want to make sure that not only when you're coming in contact with the public do you have this on, or interacting with those at the business themselves, but also while you're cleaning and disinfecting. You know, that's key. A lot of people don't think that while you're cleaning you should have on PPE, but quite honestly, even while you're cleaning at home, you should be wearing gloves. So knowing what to wear, how to wear it, and then how to take it off. You know, I see a lot of people out in public wearing gloves. Gloves are for contact precautions, cross-contamination. You shouldn't wear gloves constantly, but you should wear gloves when you're coming in direct contact with someone, or in the healthcare field, of course, when you're coming in direct contact with a patient. But you should also wear gloves and or a mask or eye covering when you're cleaning, especially when you're using aerosolized cleaning materials. That's a key thing, that if people can stay away as much as possible from aerosolized cleaning materials and used wipes or squirt bottles and sprays that are not aerosolized, it prevents that from going into the air and spreading, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. Thank you, Dino. I think we figured out how to get out the screens working here. So apologize for everyone for the delay, but you didn't really miss anything. So what we have up on the screen is what Dino's talking about. And I really like the simplicity of develop your plan, implement your plan, and maintain and revise. And that's extremely important. Dino, thank you so much for that and providing us with that information. So as we move forward in our next step of our conversation with Anna and Dino today, we want to share some really critical and important information for all of you that are listening, all of you in our community, and how to really do this well. We're very fortunate in our county to be able to have a relationship with a number of chambers of commerce around the state. So your membership in the Caldwell Chamber of Commerce allows you an opportunity to have access to the North Carolina Chamber, the U.S. Chamber, and other resources that are available. We have available a 69-page document, and 69 pages sounds scary, but it's an incredible resource guide, and it was prepared by the Wilmington Chamber of Commerce. And because of a great relationship we have with them and other chambers across the state, you're going to see most of our chambers of commerce sharing the same information with everyone. So what we have up on the screen here is the table of contents page for this book, and it has an introduction, a disclaimer, general recommendations, but then we dive into the different types of businesses within our community. And if you are in agriculture, you'd go to page 16. If you're in retail, you go to page 58, and so on. And we want to make sure that we have the right information for the right types of businesses. So if you're in retail, you don't need to worry about the entire document. You just go to page 58 and you identify the area of information there that is of benefit to your organization and how you move forward. And Anna and Dino, I want one of you guys to talk to this a little bit. I think one of the most important parts as we move forward is not just doing these steps, but letting the general public know what you're doing and sharing that on your Facebook page, putting up a sign in your window of your business, sharing it on your website, and being proud of the work you're doing. And how important is that for Anna, for you, as the health director, for the general public to know when they venture out that there are businesses that are doing a good job of taking care of their needs as they come to them?
It's very important on our end just to know that the business is being taken care of, and then also for the general public to know the safety of that business, that they are doing what they need to do and taking those particular steps. So they're posting what they have been doing, especially on Facebook or within their business, and sharing with others is very important between just really everybody in the community. That's great.
Dino, anything else you want to add on that subject?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's twofold, Brian. You're not only helping the public know that they're going to come into a place that has a plan, not only has developed the plan and implemented the plan, but is maintaining it, keeping the public, general public, and their employees safe. But quite honestly, you're giving your business the ability to stay open. Because if everyone stays healthy or stays healthier, your business is going to remain open. If we get to a point where we're unable to maintain the disinfecting level, the cleanliness level, or the slowing of the spread of the virus, regardless of how deadly or viral that you may or may not believe that this virus is, the slower we're able to make the spread and the cleaner we're able to keep things, the return to normalcy becomes much quicker. And then you can go out and do everything that you were doing before and have a fully functional summer, where right now, honestly, it looks like it's going to be a limited summer. So we need to get through this phase one. And then honestly, most of the businesses will find that it becomes part of their daily work, and you should be advertising your business. So you're getting advertisement, you're getting PR because you're doing what is in effect the right thing. And then honestly, you're going to be able to stay open and benefit from it. I mean, businesses are going to need to recover from this. Even the ones that have stayed open, there is the potential for a huge positive impact as we progress.
That's right. Well, we really appreciate the time that you guys have been able to spend with us. And I just want to hit on the fact that this document is available to anyone that has an opportunity to listen to this, anyone that has desire from a membership of the Chamber of Commerce to make this available to you. I'm going to put my email up on the screen, and it's brian@caldwellchambernc.com. And we will make sure that we get a copy of this extensive document. Anna and Dino have both had an opportunity to review this document with me and make sure we're providing safe, accurate, relevant information to our community, so we can all stay safe and keep moving forward. We're very proud of the hard work that you guys are doing, Anna, Dino, and your teams, all of our healthcare workers. It's great that healthcare week is next week. We get to celebrate all that you guys have been doing, but we get to do that all the time. And I really appreciate the first responders and everyone that stepped forward and great heroes within our community. I want to make sure that this is available to everyone out there, any business. I'll make sure that Anna and Dino get a copy of this as well, so they can help share this with other folks. You want to tell us about this phone number that's up here, Anna, for the Emergency Operations Center, and that's the best number for people locally to call if they have questions about anything. Am I correct?
Yes, so the 426-8605 is our Emergency Operations Center. It's manned 24/7. If anybody has any questions, concerns, just call that number and we will help you.
Excellent. Well, we're going to wrap it up today. We want to, from the Caldwell Chamber of Commerce, just let everyone know we care about the community. We want to make sure that the restart happens well in this phase 1. And then as we move forward in phase 2 and 3, we will be prepared appropriately, and every business type out there is well taken care of. And we just want to thank our diamond partners, Google, Blue Ridge Energy, Caldwell Community College, Stallions, Greer, and Foothills Radio, and their 3 radio stations, in helping us serve our community well today. And we just thank you very much for all that you do for our community. Anna and Dino, we really appreciate you guys. And thanks for joining us today on Connect Virtual and a Caldwell Chamber of Commerce virtual event. Hope you guys have a great day. Contact the Emergency Operations Center if you have any questions. And if you need a copy of this reopening guide, please feel free to contact Brian at caldwellchambernc.com. And we thank you and hope you have a safe and wonderful weekend. Bye now.